Yo, it's Zackerman. A little bit on the trading this week so far. So, today's Tuesday. Coming in on Monday, I didn't have a lot of time to look at the market, but I did get a brief bias off the morning, and I was bearish, even though we had a big, did we have a big rally on? No, yeah, I was bearish. I don't know why. Just looking at the prior sessions. And then to open the market, it just like ripped straight up like five minute candles in a row. And there really was no entry. And it was also a no news Monday, which I didn't really know. And then we were coming off of a super volatile week, which I didn't really consider. But I really just didn't see any entries on that. And then it was pretty much just like flat the rest of the day. So I didn't end up taking any trades on that. I did like mess around with some order execution stuff. I took like one, I think, penny trade. Let me see here. I took one penny trade yesterday, and when it opened, did a scalp on a 1 minute retracement and made like $5 or whatever. And then I did the same penny on a bull flag breakout and made 22. No, that was last Friday. Sorry, forget that. But yesterday I went 0-1 on a penny trade. The sizing was good. Should have sold it all though. Okay, so now I remember. Basically, I talked to my friend about like scaling out of those positions, and like right when you get in, like, you know, start like dumping basically, and as it's like ripping. But this was a case where that didn't go in my favor. Letting winners run didn't work. I left probably 25%, and then that basically dumped, and that took out all the gains that I made from the other shares. And so that was a losing trade. I should have just dumped it all, but I only lost like $5 on a net basis. And then it's hard for me to know whether it's a situation where it could continue to run or it's just kind of like a pump and dump and just scalp it and get out. But anyways, then I was like messing around with order execution, like trying to figure out if you can have a stop loss. It seems like if you have a stop loss in, you can't like sell some shares and then sell more shares and then sell, like, scale out, because it won't like allow you to, because it's like you already have a sell order in or something. So the only way to have the sell order and close your position would be like to hit flatten, which would like cancel the stop loss and then sell your position at market, like all of it. So you couldn't let winners run in that case. So I like messed around with that a little bit and ended up like making a couple dollars, just like literally trying to get practicing what to click, you know, and the timing of it, and like, you know, maneuvering this app, which I'm not like used to, on the computer, versus if I wanted to scale out, I would be like dumping some on my phone, and I probably wouldn't use a stop loss. So like I just gotta get practice with that. But anyways, made back a couple bucks and was only down like $2 on the day. But anyways, then coming into today, I knew there was news because I looked up that, and then I didn't really look at S&P. I looked at some penny things that were, you know, running pre-market, and I found a good one, and I think I played it pre-market and made a little bit, went small position, made like $11. Again, I think I could have held that one a little longer and made a little bit more. And then I like was patient because it retraced, then ripped even higher, and then retraced again before coming into the regular market session, which I figured would happen. And so I was very patient there. And there was news with this stock. It was a penny stock, but they got like $120 million like contract or something. So it had like legitimate news, and that should have been my first indicator to like hold it. But then also this was just like an execution thing. So I ended up taking a decent sized position for myself. I got like 300 shares, which was like, I don't know, $450 right on the open. Pretty much saw it come in, saw just straight green orders on the time and sales, and I just like, hit it. But ultimately then I was like, oh, I got scared. Like, is it just going to dump from here? Like all that, like, and I wasn't scared initially. I was just like, okay, it's going to hit that and it's going to rip. So I just need to start dumping shares. And I started dumping shares for like pennies. Like I didn't even make anything substantial on that. And literally like 5 minutes later, it was up like 50 cents. And so that was a situation like I should have just held it. And then, and if I would have waited like even 15 minutes in, it went up to like $1. It would have been like 100, at least like a 50 to 70% return. And so I'm kicking myself for like not knowing, hey, this is solid news. Like it should continue to go a bit. Like, and I didn't even hold it for less than probably like 30 seconds. So that just like kills me and shows how inexperienced I am. But I did end up trying to play another like retrace and go back up on that, but did use a stop loss on this one and got stopped out. Went much smaller on that position just because I knew, I'm like, I don't want to take away. I think I made like 20 or 30 bucks on that trade. So I didn't want to like revenge trade and lose that all again. I just really did think like this thing could continue to go. I think it went from like 160 up to like 230, and I thought that it could go from 230 to 5 even, so I got it at like $2 and thought it could make another run up, and it didn't, at least as far as I know today. And so those were the 3 trades basically on that one stock, and that was pretty much it. I was positive like 25 bucks on the day. And I'm pretty much going to be done. I mean, I'm looking around, but I'm pretty much going to be done. The thing was, none of those were really in my plan. It's easier for me whenever there's like a set plan and all I have to do is stick to it. And so, yeah, just another learning lesson. But hey, I'm happy to be green. Not everybody's green, so that's huge. And let me see if I can pull up that chart if I remember what it looks like here. So SolarMax, basically this was it. So you can see here, it retraced, went up, retraced here before market open. I literally bought like right there. And I think I sold like literally like right here and right here. Like, and 5 minutes later, it was all the way up to like $2. And then literally like the next 5-minute candle, 15 minutes, it was up to like 240. So it's like, I was just so impatient. Like if you look at this one, I was so impatient where it's like, I didn't even make it up to the top of this 5-minute candle. And then literally, 15 minutes later, it ran up and nothing even like retraced or nothing, like everything was smooth. So it's just inexperience. And I tried to play I tried to play this down here and thought we could go back up, but ended up breaking that. My stop loss was like right around here or something. So anyways, I did my best. I can't be mad because I was green and I learned. I didn't have to lose money to learn. And so that's just going to take practice, But I was happy that I spotted it, knew there was news, like getting the process down and stuff. So that's where we're at today. We'll see what happens the rest of the week. There's not a lot of news this week. I'm not expecting a lot of volatility, especially if it's just rips off of the beginning market open and then no entries and not a lot of volatility. It's like that's not going to create a lot of setups for me, and I'm not trying to force it. I've really been liking, a couple trades a day potentially, and just trying to, slowly learn. I still have a lot of videos to watch to learn about things, S&P divergences, equilibrium, how to know what I'm targeting as far as the exits for my trades and stuff like that. So all in all, good first 2 days of the week.